Hello friend, this is my YouTube channel, IT Pro. You can watch it for a strongly foundation of information technology and promises you to give you conceptual knowledge in computer. Keep watching for latest videos. Time to time I will come with the latest video in computer. Thank you.
Data in Word. Sometimes a chart is just what you need to show the meaning behind the numbers. In this video, we're going to look at some of the different types of charts and also some ways that you can customize them to best represent your data. Column charts are good all-around charts. They work with many different types of data. Whereas line charts are best for showing trends over time. Pie charts are unique because they let you see your data in proportion instead of on a graph. We also have the bar chart, which is basically just a column chart turned on its side. And finally, area charts, which are similar to line charts, except the areas under the lines are filled in. To create a chart, go to the Insert tab. Then click the Chart command, and a list of choices will appear. I think I'll start with something in the column category. This one looks nice and simple. Click OK, and then something interesting happens. Word will open a spreadsheet similar to what you'll find in Excel, where you can start entering your data. All you have to do is type your information over the placeholder text, and Word will update the chart in your document. See how it works? Now we just need to fill in our sales figures. We're going to be covering a 6-month period, from January all the way to June. Anything you want to include in your chart has to be inside this little blue box, but don't worry, it'll expand automatically as you continue to type. If you already have your data recorded elsewhere, such as an Excel workbook, you can copy and paste it instead of entering it by hand. All you have to do is navigate to the worksheet in Excel and then copy the data you want to use. Next, go back to Word and paste it here by pressing Ctrl-V on your keyboard. And Word will update the chart instantly. When you're done, click the X to close the spreadsheet window. You can also give your chart a title if you want. To go back to the chart and make any changes or corrections, click the Edit Data command on the Design tab, and the window will open again. Charts are designed to help you illustrate your point, just like illustrations in a book. Therefore, things like color, layout, and chart type really do matter. For example, right now, the columns are grouped by genre, but I'm more interested in taking a look at trends over time. That means we need to group the data by month instead. Luckily, we don't have to start over. Just make sure you have the Edit Data window open, then click the chart to select it. Next, click the command that says Switch Row/Column, and that's all it takes. See how the chart has been rearranged? Basically, the months and the genres have switched places. You can always experiment with this to see which option is going to work best. If you want to try a different chart altogether, click the Change Chart Type command on the far right of the tab, then pick something else from the dialog box. I think I'll go with a line chart this time. Line charts work well for data like this. For example, we can see right away that sci-fi and fantasy had an unusually good month in February, and also that romance novels are starting to catch up in sales. If you want, you can change the chart style to give your chart a different look. As you can see, you have several different options to choose from. You can also change the chart layout itself. Just go to the Quick Layout command and make a selection from the menu. Not all of these options will work for the data you're working with. Just keep going until you find something you like. Why don't we go with something like this? You can make further adjustments using the Chart Elements shortcut. Just look for the button with the plus sign. Here you can add or remove elements from your chart depending on your preferences, or you can click the arrow to the right to access even more options. Charts are a great choice for presenting numerical data in Word and also enhancing your documents. With so many design options to choose from, you can achieve exactly the look you want.
Great time saver if you need to create multiple documents that are mostly the same but unique in some way, like name tags for an event or envelopes printed with each person's name and address. The document I have here is a letter offering customers a discount on their next order. I want to personalize it by addressing each copy of the letter to the customer using some information I have stored in a spreadsheet. To begin, go to the Mailings tab, then Start Mail Merge, and select Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. This will walk you through the process one step at a time using this pane on the right. The type of document I'm working with is a letter, so I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And I also plan to stick with my current document instead of using something else like a template. Now I need an address list so Word can create a copy of each letter for each customer. To start from scratch, you can type a new list, then click Create to enter your recipients individually. Alternatively, if you do have an existing document with the information you need, like an Excel workbook in my case, choose Use an existing list, then browse to find it. Now click Open and select the worksheet that contains the list. I know mine is in Sheet 1. In this example, you can uncheck any recipients that you don't want to include. I want to include everybody though, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now it shows that workbook as my recipient list. So now it's time to write my letter. You can add something unique for each recipient, including their address, a personal greeting, and more. I'd like to add an address block first. Just place your cursor where you want it to go, then click the item. Here's a preview of what it's going to look like, and a few alternative formats to choose from for the recipient's name. Click OK, and a placeholder will appear in your document. This is where the address will go later on. The other thing I'd like to add is a greeting. Again, you have a preview here, and the ability to change some of the formatting if you'd like. Let's move on to the next step, previewing the finished product. I just want to make sure the information from my list appears the way it should. You can take a look at each recipient's copy by clicking the arrows here. Everything looks great, so let's complete the merge. If you click the Print command, Mail Merge will ask which pages you want to print before sending you to the final step. I want to print every document in my recipient list, so I'm just going to keep all. Now all you have to do is adjust the settings if you need to, then click OK. Knowing how to use Mail Merge is a must for creating multiple letters, labels, envelopes, and more. The possibilities, along with the time and energy you'll save, are practically endless. In Word is easy. You'll find everything you need in the Backstage view under Print. As you can see, the Print pane offers a list of options and a preview of the document on the right. You can use the controls below the preview to zoom in and out, or switch between different pages. Now you could just enter the number of copies you want and click the Print button right away. But if you want more control over the finished product, you might want to take a look at the options below. For example, if your computer is connected to multiple printers, you can choose the one you want. You can also choose a custom print range if you're working with a multi-page document and you only want to print certain pages. Just enter the page numbers you want, separating each entry with a comma. In this example, we're printing pages 1, 3, 4, and 5, but excluding page 2. Next, choose whether to print on one side of the paper or both sides. Your options may vary here depending on your printer's capabilities. Here's another option that may be important to you if you're printing a multi-page document. If you're doing more than one copy, make sure that collated is selected. That way, each copy will be printed in order. Next, you can review options that have to do with page layout, including page orientation, paper size, and margins. If you need to make any adjustments, just click, then make your selections from the menu. Let's try narrow margins. See how they were updated in our print preview after making this change? Word also gives you the option of printing more than one page on a single sheet of paper. This can be helpful in some cases, but note that the text will become harder and harder to read the more pages you include. When you're ready, go ahead and click the Print button. Alternatively, you can save time using something called the Quick Print command, which prints your document using the default settings and the default printer. You'll just need to add it to your Quick Access toolbar first. Let's go back to our document. And I'll click the small arrow here and choose Quick Print. And now you can quickly print your entire document in a single click. With someone else, there are a couple of things you can do to finalize and protect it. You'll find everything you need in the Backstage view. The Inspect Document feature will let you remove any hidden personal information that's stored in the file. It'll also check for document elements that you generally don't want in a final draft. For example, track changes that you forgot to accept or reject. Some of the changes from the inspector can't be undone, so it's a good idea to save an extra copy before you continue. When you're ready, go ahead and click Check for Issues, choose Inspect Document from the menu, then click Inspect in the dialog box. The results will appear with an exclamation mark next to anything that may contain sensitive information. In this example, it looks like there are some hidden document properties and personal info, and also some comments that I forgot to delete, which can happen when markup for track changes is turned off. I definitely don't want these things in the final draft, so I'm going to take this opportunity to remove them. Just click the button to the right that says Remove All, and Word will erase the data instantly. I'm also going to remove the personal information the inspector found because the people I'm sharing with just don't really need access to that. And when you're done, click the Close button. Now that our document has been finalized, we can protect it to prevent people from making any further changes. This step is optional, but it's a great way to control who's allowed to view or edit your work. All you have to do is click the Protect Document command and make a selection from the menu. Some of these options offer a high level of protection, such as Encrypt with Password, which is good for really important or sensitive documents. If you don't need that much security though, you might want to consider one of the other options. In this case, I'm going to choose Mark as Final, which will make the document read-only. This will discourage people from making any more changes to the file, and also let them know that this is the final draft. Once you make your selection, click OK to confirm, then OK again, and the setting will be applied. Now when anyone opens the file, they'll see this little bar at the top of the window, and they won't be able to type or delete anything. Now if they do need to make changes, they can just click the button that says Edit Anyway. So in short, this option doesn't provide any actual security for your document, but it's a good way to keep people from changing or deleting something by accident. Okay, so now you know some ways to finalize and protect your documents before sending them out to others.
Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. And if you will like this video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.